screen flickers tales of crime and affection. Baristas mix caffeine with tales of deception. Lawyers joke and shadows plot their redemption. Case files like popcorn scatter on the floor. Jury's out in line, folks begging for more. Quirky loopholes twist through every door. Paparazzi flash for the courtroom encore. Legal Shenanigans Theater, baby, where justice lasts. Crime and humor dance, baby, a curious path. Grab your ticket, honey, let the gavel smash. In the flood of laughter, see the road splash. Scoundrels with a smile, defense on their lips.
Welcome everyone to Box Fort Central, Fort Grounds. We're here. Welcome Christine and Horse Welfare and Wolfram for being our mod and Celestial Forces. Heidi, let's see, A Spirit Fleck, Alice G. Welcome. We are finally to the part where we are sort of getting to the parade now that we've talked about how Erica's crazy for an hour and a half.
Yes.
Welcome Jung and Nanny Goat and JKD Buck.
And how the officers are in the doghouse. So now we get to move on to the fun stuff.
Yeah.
For them, at least.
Well, yeah. To be fair, I had a hard time finding this exact time part because I didn't write it down because that would be, future planning. But also because they go back and forth between like him still wanting to talk about Erica and them trying to move for the love of God, Marcus. I love that the detective has this moment where he could call Darrell Brooks out and he forgets the name.
Yeah.
He's so like, for the love of God, Marcus.
Yeah.
Do the right thing. And Darrell Brooks like, well, he didn't say this name, so it must not have been me.
I wonder if this is where he picked up that name from, like for court. He's like, that's not my name. He's like, 'cause you call me Marcus. He's like, you hurt my feelings.
Could possibly be. I mean, I would not put it past Darrell to have thought, this is the strategy that I'm going to use.
Yeah.
And it's genius.
Yes, Darrell.
I'd start calling him Duracell. I'm not even going to lie. I have... be like, okay, Duracell. Be like, that's not my name. I'm like, I don't care. You ran over, 70 people.
Yeah. I mean...
Also, I think that my title was pretty inspired today. Drove an escape, still in prison.
Yeah. I'm not sure that he's quite like a Duracell though, because I mean he clearly couldn't run. And that's why he had to stop and ask for a sandwich.
Do you remember those old Duracells where it was kind of a gimmicky thing where you could touch two parts of the battery and it would show you the life in it, and it always showed dead?
Yes, the stupid little it had like the two little pinch points on it, and it would be like the little meter was supposed to fill up or whatever. Yes, I remember those stupid things.
That's Darrell's Duracell.
Yes.
He is the one that they were like, it's new Duracell. And everyone was like, just take us back. Do not bring out Crystal, Duracell. We will revolt.
Yes. We don't like the broken ass Duracell.
Well, let's see if they finally managed to get him to admit that there was something going on around the time he was having this spat with Erica. Yeah. And that was in fact his car, or his mom's car.
Yes.
You know what happened yesterday for the people. Tell me what happened.
Well, what?
With the car.
What am I being
with your mom's car. You were driving goofy, people called in, you drove out of there in your mom's car, the red car, you're driving a little silly, probably because you're pissed. You met up with Erica in the car at the park. Now, initially, I believe you told us the gas station. Do I have that right? And then you changed it to the park. So that's an
No, see.
No. It's like there was a gas station near the park, so anywhere between there and the park, I did not technically lie. You know, he could have been a good lawyer if he had just used his powers for good, because he is pedantic enough to pretend he didn't lie.
This is true. This is very, very true. He could have made a good lawyer, but I'm not sure that
it's like those kid lies where you're sitting next to your sibling and you're at least a millimeter away from touching them, but you are not in fact touching them. So you can calmly tell your mother, I am not touching them.
Yes. It's like, stop acting like a Duracell and get away from your sister.
Yes, pretty much.
The house was by the gas station. When you said what was by.
You said you went and it was by a gas station. That's where you met her.
No. I said I met her at the park.
Okay.
At a creek.
You met her.
You say that.
You met her at the park in your mom's car, a red Ford Escape. She got in. You talked, and what you're telling me seems pretty consistent that there was nothing physical between the two.
No.
But you met her in the car.
I didn't put my hands on her. Nothing.
But you met her in the car.
What's going on, man?
I'm not sure. Oh, I think you're muted, Mo.
Oh, yeah. Well, I was getting in and out of my chair and didn't want to do the whole squeaky thing. But, you know, Darrell, maybe they're no longer, you know, worried about whether you laid hands on Erica. They keep talking about this car. Yes. Consider this foreshadowing, Darrell.
Yes. And I know he tried to like bring up some like recall thing about the brakes and all this stuff. You know, can we briefly have a discussion about the false advertising of the Ford Escape? Because it clearly didn't work. So that may be a better way to pursue that there, Darrell.
Well, and considering the recall was that you would suddenly stop while going highway or fast speeds. Yeah. Maybe not the right recall to bring in. Having owned Fords, there's several recalls a week, so I mean
that is why they do have that name about, you know, the found on road dead kind of thing.
Yeah, but but the Nissan giant breeder mobiles were like $80K, and the Ford Transit
breeder mobile.
Okay, we have a 10-passenger van, okay.
Oh, okay. I was like, what is a breeder mobile? It's like, you got a shaggin' wagon? Like, go Mo.
No, I have a wagon that says I've done some shagging. Nothing says you need a new hobby like a Ford Transit 10-passenger van just for your family.
Too true.
And mine is bright red too. Though I bought it before Darrell Brooks, so I would like to say.
Okay. Well, you also weren't trying to escaping either, so. Well, I guess maybe you were trying to escape from the kids, maybe. I mean, I don't know.
No, the worst part is I've gotten used to the giant red, you know, short bus. So when I go to a parking lot now, I'm always looking for my short bus instead of my new to me beige RAV4, which is ubiquitous.
Yeah.
So funny. I'm like, damn it. If only I painted you red.
Yes, you could even get all fancy with it and get like Ferrari red, and just to make it look, you know, unique.
I'm thinking about getting a Sailor Moon wrap for it. I just haven't told Mr. Mo this.
Now, that would be a sight to behold.
You have no idea. In the name of my lead foot, would you please start moving?
That's funny. I'm starting to, as I'm thinking about this, I'm like, I think I actually need this in my life. I think I need to see a a Sprinter type van that has a Sailor Moon wrap.
Could you imagine? It'd be the most awesome thing out in public. But it actually, I was thinking about the wrap for my new RAV4 because I'm keeping the Ford Transit basically basic. So in case, the worst does come to happen or the best, depending on who you ask, if I have to build a sort of road warrior / killdozer kind of deal, I am keeping my options open.
That's not a bad idea, actually.
Because I always have these deep thoughts when I'm like, we could trade in the breeder mobile now that most kids are big, but if it turns into Mad Max, I'm like halfway to a killdozer.
True. You have a very good point. Your logic is on point here.
That's what I thought. Mr. Mo was not as impressed with my whole idea, but I was like, you'll thank me if we ever need to, weld steel onto that.
True. I mean, after he does it, of course, but.
Oh, yeah. I mean, no one's going to let me weld anything. Can't even put a freaking walker together.
Asking you a question.
You
were out there driving kind of crazy. Some people said you were driving kind of crazy. We got reports of it. You got the key, you got the car. Did you take the car or did your mom give you the car? I know you know what car I'm talking about.
I just want to know. So
some people reported all those people out there, and they reported that car driving a bit erratic.
I know what you're saying. All I'm saying is this. We all been straight up with each other. You knew it was more.
What part of you lying continually has been straight up with the rest of us?
Yeah. What is it? Straight up now, tell me.
Do you
really want to love me forever?
Oh my gosh, isn't that the Paula Abdul with the little cool cat guy?
Yes.
Made you want to smoke a menthol cigarette for some reason, but he was also a really cool cat.
Yeah.
Bring back Joe Cool. I mean, can it be any worse than Tide Pods? I don't think so.
I mean, I was reading because I've never used dishwasher pods before, so I was like, I'm gonna read this package, especially since I put it in the new dishwasher, right? And that's what she said. And so I was reading the package and I'm like, wait, this says not to consume on it too. I'm like, is this just a thing now that anything that's in a small package, again, sorry guys, that it says don't put in your mouth?
It's we had dumb stuff, but it never became a trend. We never planked. As a Gen-lennial latchkey kid, we never did this.
Yeah.
We did plenty of dumb stuff. We just didn't proudly shout it out and start a cult.
Yeah.
We aimed too low.
Yeah. I did lots of stupid things as a child. None of them included voluntarily eating dish soap. I'm not saying I didn't eat dish soap, but it was not voluntarily.
Voluntary was never voluntary. What are you talking about? Also, these detectives, I know that in the Reed technique, and this is not one of those interrogation shows where we're going to talk about bodyology or the Reed interrogation or anything like that. But at this point, I just look them because you have videotape of him. The fact they're even here trying to get a confession, this is where you need to send, Sailor Mo in, destroyer of douchebags and Karens Just, I walk in and say, okay, you want to know what you're charged with? That will be 6 counts of, unaliving someone, including a child, and a shit ton of injuries. So, God bless, good luck. Hope you get 1,000 years. Anything else you'd like to ask me?
Yeah, which I think.
He'd be like, whoa, come on, Mo. I thought we were friends. I was like, no, Darrell, I never came in here wanting to be your friend. I barely wanted to come in the room with you. And I'm
Yeah.
just looking forward to the shot of whiskey I'll be taking afterwards, and then
Yes.
laughing at you through your trial.
Yeah, right. It's yeah, his just like his attitude about like I thought we were all being straight up with each other. It's like, okay, bro. It's like
Sure.
I don't I mean, the dude has been in the system long enough to understand that the police aren't your friends. So it's like he should know better at this juncture. I mean, considering his rap sheet, he should
But
know
he still
better.
ordered a McFish, and he's not even Catholic, and it's not even a Friday, and it's not even Lent. So he doesn't make the best choices.
I mean, again, no lies detected.
Also, I want you guys to remember at this time, or probably very early in his interrogation, his mom is calling 911 saying, I think that's my car on TV. Can someone give me a call back? And she is being hateful about it. Like, you didn't call me back. I don't know if my car is going to be good. While working at a hospital, y'all, not the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. While working at a hospital where these injuries are coming in, she is calling upset about no one will tell her where her precious Darrell is.
I mean, and if she's really that, concerned about her Ford Escape, like that's concerning enough. But yeah, under the circumstance, I didn't know that. I must have not been paying attention during that part
Well,
of the
they
trial. But
only released the 911 calls like in a timeline a while back, and I
oh,
cannot remember whose channel I heard it on. But what struck me about both this interrogation and then her call was this expectation that my needs will take priority, you will stop everything, you will answer me, and you will do it on my terms. I mean, this
yeah,
is behavior that's learned.
yeah, clearly, yeah, wild. I did not know that. That kind of makes me think even less of her because I wasn't really thrilled with her from the trial anyway.
Oh no, I have a dress that is in fact why the cage birds sing, because I was going to be a substitute teacher, and I got all these like science and literary dresses. And one day when I am feeling extra special petty, I will wear that and just clown the ever living snot out of his mother for her, my poor baby needs mental health. Uh, you know, speech.
Yeah, that I do remember that part, which is why I did not think very highly of her. Because it's like,
Yep.
I understand that like mental health is a legit thing. Everybody has stuff that they have to deal with. But blaming this on mental health, especially like as we're sitting here watching the interrogation,
Yeah.
I'm fairly certain this isn't a mental health issue. Um,
Well,
I'm
yeah,
not
I
an
mean, he
expert.
had her and Granny runs for Senate
Yeah,
wanted
that's
to
true.
just, it was just like, dude, you could have just invited no one and done better. You would have pissed off less people.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, let's get back into this. We've all been straight with each other. If straight you mean like a politician, but okay.
To what you was asking me yesterday.
Didn't know
That
for
would
sure.
explain the FBI and all that, right?
They're not here today.
Why no one said gold star, Darrell? Yeah, the FBI wouldn't ask you about a little DV. They'd probably ask you about, running through an MFing parade. But gold star to you for just taking, a little over 24 hours to figure this out.
I
Again, this is
mean,
why I can't be a cop, or they should just send me in on Darrell related cases.
I'm just traveling here.
Oh my God, I would. I'd be like, don't use your. I would lay the foundation for a pro se trial. You have no idea.
Sow the seeds.
Yeah. I'm going to make a tacit agree with you, Darrell. He's like,
Oh
isn't
god.
it pronounced tacit? And I'm going to say, no, it's Tackett. They're all lying to you.
Yeah.
It's also called a sub-stain and sub-penis. Again,
Yes.
this is all the lie that the man wants to tell you.
Yes. And it is not grounds. It's grounds.
Yeah. And the judge really likes it when you put that objection paper in your crotchular area.
Yeah. Well, I mean, she might, considering it's Judge Mommy, but I mean,
Oh, he is such a douche.
yes.
And now we get to pay for him to live forever in prison. I still think the Hunger Games is a better idea, but that's probably against Geneva conventions, but we're not in Geneva.
So if it's that big a deal, you don't see him here today.
Come on, Kurt. We been.
You guys met in the car in the park.
We've been cool, man, the whole time. If I did
Oh my
something,
goodness, it's my favorite line. Come on, Kurt. We've been cool.
Yeah. And as he tips his, well, never mind. I shouldn't say that. I don't want to poke fun at Kurt. But
yeah, again, they probably got the two detectives that wouldn't pistol whip him. So, I mean, they're doing their job.
Yeah. I mean, it would be very difficult. Like, I really, really, really would love to see Detective Harriet in here.
Oh my God. Yes.
I would pay good money to see that. Like, I really would.
I'd pay good money to see Borowski in there.
Oh, Jesus.
Chambers, now.
Oh,
Darrell's
God,
like, we aren't going anywhere, are we? Like, yes, I need to, smack you around that's not on camera.
Yeah. Oh my, if Borowski was the one who was running the trial, oh sweet Jesus. That would have been amazing.
Can we get a redo just for us? I feel like those of us who sat through the trial and were constantly lied to about the shock shackles really should be given some vindication.
You can call it like a little, redemption, a small token of redemption for the families. Is to see Borowski preside over we'll call it a mock trial, for more than one reason. But,
No, those are Darrell Brooks' eyes coming out of the boxes.
Yes.
I did something
Yeah,
wrong.
that's why they were here. But do you see him here today? They're not here today.
Yeah, but y'all lied to me, man. You made it seem like they just come for no reason.
Well, here's the thing, Darrell.
And I'm like, what if
Listen to me for a minute.
I apologize.
I can give you a clean slate
I
here.
apologize.
Because you have lied to us as well.
What are you
Because
talking
came out
about?
here in the red Ford Escape. Okay, that is what you came out here in. You had the key. All right? So what I want to do is try to give us all a chance to reset.
I just imagined Detective Kurt looking like a 14-year-old girl with the chicken neck. Like, that's what you came out here in, okay? Bobbing the head, maybe doing because that, holy good Lord, those hand signals were not the most masculine. I'm just waiting for him to snap.
Yeah. I mean,
I think I'd have a more masculine reaction, like, okay, Darrell, I'm gonna give you 5 minutes to stop being stupid. I would pull a dirty Harriet. I'd be like, okay, seems like you want to do stupid today. Well, I have all the time in the world. So I'm gonna leave you in here to think about your stupid and then come back to me when you feel like being less dumb.
Yeah. It's his argument here is just, it's really, it's hard to listen to because, like, after watching the trial, right, and now we're coming back to watch this, is that, like, he's so full of crap about literally everything that it's like
he leaned his head out the window. He had the windows open, so And that was something I didn't know until the trial. I mean, just the depravity of doing what he did, but then to know that he had the windows open, he could hear all of the screaming, all of the terror, and he's just like, what are you talking about? Why were the feds here? I am all confused.
Yeah.
Let's get back to El Douche Canoe.
Understand what I'm saying? Start over. Because you're not giving us accurate story. You didn't ride out with Marcus in a tan car. You said your mom doesn't have a car. I just told you we've disproven that. All right? I don't know what kind of woman she is. I don't know what y'all been through. But you were seen in the car driving kind of acting a fool. Okay?
You can lead a Darrell to water, but you can't make him confess.
I'm just trying to figure out how and why it happened. What made you tear out of there? What made you so mad where you're like, fuck it, and you raced on out of there? And then people call, man, this guy's, he's driving around here kind of fast.
All I want to know, like I said, y'all been cool with me. Am I charged with anything?
Okay, this is where I would have said, well, if by cool you mean putting a little bit of antifreeze in your drink, then absolutely, I am chilly.
Yeah.
I'd be a terrible police officer.
I think I probably would have did a way different route than that.
I would just, I mean, why do neither of the cops look at him and say, you are in no room to negotiate?
Yeah.
No
exactly.
room. Anakin, you do not have the high ground. You don't want to end up Vader. Try me, though.
Yeah. Like, me being the crude 12-year-old inside, I probably would have went with like something with like the anal suppository route that's of the meat variety. You know, but that's just me.
Also a good option.
Yeah.
I don't know that he'd understand that antifreeze is bad for you, so I think my highbrow humor might be confusing to him. But people watching this on YouTube would really get a chuckle. So
yeah.
I have to think about my options once I lose my, imaginary police detective job.
Yeah. I mean, like they say, know your audience. And I mean, props to Kurt for, going all street up in here and acting a fool. It's just so funny to hear him say that.
We introduced Jamie to the pastor who raps about Jesus being his homeboy, and he and his wife both dropped the hard N.
Oh no.
We didn't do the whole song on Stabby Day, but I was like, oh no, it gets much worse, because she maybe only heard the first couple bars. I think I got that right. Yes. She didn't hear the whole he and his wife talking about Jesus being their home skillet, if you will.
I am picking up what you're dropping.
It was so bad. You have Colonel Sanders on the mixing board of what I guess old records of Howdy Doody. I don't know what they have.
Oh my god.
It is both a blessing and a curse to humanity.
I still need to find. I'll have to find it and I'll send it to you. There is this this pastor who did like an opening to a sporting event, and it's so hilarious. Like, he goes full like Ricky Bobby in his prayer and everything, and literally says at the end, "And thank you for my hot wife, my smoking hot wife." It's hilarious. I'll have to find it and send it to you. But
I mean, it's all of the fun. All right. So again, Darrell's going to negotiate with none of his power.
Yeah.
That's all I want to know. I'll tell you anything you want to know.
Right now,
Listen.
you were driving a bit
so
reckless.
listen.
Might be an OWI.
Listen. No, I don't drink.
You said you had a couple cold ones during the game.
No, yeah, but I'm saying the hard alcohol.
Darrell, it makes it worse if you say you were sober. You should have said you had a whole, 40 ounce, maybe 3.
Yeah, that you had some Mad Dog, malt liquor. Come on,
Mixed with Dimetapp, whatever you have to say. But yeah, you doing the stone cold sober is not the dunk you think it is.
Yeah.
It's not my thing. I was not drunk. When you get the blood back, it's not going to be any alcohol in it. THC, for sure, because I smoke. And if it stays in your system for 30 days, then it's going to be in there. No hard alcohol. I wasn't drunk.
Just a little high.
Okay.
I should have been
All I
mellow,
was
to be
saying
honest
was-
with you.
Because I got high.
It just felt like, let's railroad this dude. Because it
Railroad you. Darrell, unless you have an evil twin, which I know you had a twin sister, but unless you had someone who dressed up as you, looks exactly like you, and also ran through a parade in his mom's Ford Escape, I don't know.
Yeah, it's a little challenging to overcome. And who has such fantastic clothing choices as Green Bay Packer flip-flops in the middle of winter. I think you're going to have a problem blowing that off.
Yeah, he railroaded. Sure. Okay, sir. The entire city of Waukesha decided to stage a mass casualty accident at a parade just to get Darrell Brooks. Okay.
Yeah. It's the leaps that you have to go to.
He really is a conclusions leaper. Just needs one of those mats from Office Space. He should have used that for his closing. We sometimes like to leap to conclusions when we have, 3 weeks of evidence and pictures of me driving possibly through a parade. But I would like you to be cautioned against, making leaps to conclusions.
Yeah.
Use all the evidence.
Yes. Use all the evidence to convict me, please.
Yeah, seriously. Yeah, you're getting railroaded, sir.
Yeah.
That's how it felt.
When?
The whole process yesterday. And I know you guys are a little bit different than Milwaukee. I was never 2 different departments, 2 different things. I get it. But Milwaukee would have just been like,
oh, hell yeah.
We want to talk to you about this what you're charged with, this and this and this what you're looking at. With y'all, it was kind of like, y'all know, but y'all just not going to say that.
There were a lot of things going on yesterday. That's not a lie. A lot of officers were busy on other stuff. So they weren't able to find her. They knew you had talked to her, but they weren't. She didn't call it.
All I'm
Someone
saying
else.
is she didn't say I hit her, did she?
Yesterday, no.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, because I'm like, I did not. So that's, at least y'all know that that much. I did not put my hands on this woman at all.
Yeah, the swollen eye on her face begs to differ, but sure, she said no. Because women don't often, protect their abusers or anything.
Yeah. But I think they're a little bit more concerned about, putting the bumper to people's faces. I think that's what they're a little more concerned with at the
Vale,
moment.
how dare you? How dare you try to railroad this man into a conviction?
Yeah, well, and to be honest, aren't they kind of worried about him putting the bumper to Erica too? Like it's not just
Yeah,
the
I think
other
he just
people?
got sentenced for that one.
Yeah. It's like this is not like an isolated incident, if you will. This is a pattern of behavior.
Yeah, it would be like if we let Sarah Boone out and then she went straight to, I don't know, a Samsonite store. These might be issues.
She's just trying to get that sponsorship money. I mean,
She could be the gorilla in the cage.
yeah. Oh, I heard an amazing line about Sarah Boone. It's that because if you remember the 90s, right?
Oh,
So that she's still just a Sarah in a cage.
let's keep it that way
Yeah.
because I'm not sure we can handle her unbound.
Yeah.
All. Not a choke, not a kick, not a slap, not a punch, not a push, not a grab.
Not yesterday, right?
I did not touch her.
Right. So what had you so
Yep.
mad? Because you had your mom's car. Or I don't know if you use it. Who uses it? You got the key in the car. Is it hers? Is it yours that she lets you use? Let's clean that part up. Whose car is it?
It's my mom's car.
Okay. How often do you drive it?
I take her to church. I
Not
drive her like
very
Miss
much.
Daisy.
It's the red Ford Escape.
It's a bingo.
It's all I want to know. Please. Just please. Whatever you can't tell me, I understand. I understand. All I want to know, just so I can have a peace of mind, just for my girls, man. What am I looking at?
Well, the fact you were kind of racing around up and down the street. That's the first part.
Oh my God, we're playing Blue's Clues
Right.
with this. Like the first clue is
So we're not quite there yet.
you were driving like an asshole down the street. We put it in our notebook. Beep, beep.
I've never watched Dora Explorer, but if that's a thing, that's hilarious.
Well, that's Blue's Clues. So,
Blue's Clues.
Steve and Blue would give him 3 clues about what they were doing.
Yes.
Look, I'm not saying it's funny to watch while you may or may not be inebriated or enhanced, but it is flippin' hilarious. If you do pick an episode, now having been subjected to all the episodes of Blue's Clues while Steve was alive, because as a senior in high school, I had a 3-year-old little brother and a newborn little sister. I can tell you the funniest episode has to be when Mr. Salt and Miss Pepper give birth to Paprika, which makes you wonder about parentage because it's not seasoned salt or anything.
Interesting. I mean,
they also have a child named Cinnamon later. Miss Salt gets around.
I have lots of questions. I must have missed this whole thing. I think I was probably too old for this.
You probably were, and not being subjected to this, but I did watch the entire episode. And I was just laughing my boobs off, and my brother and sister like, this is a good show. They're having a baby. And I'm just like, I have all the questions.
Yeah. Like, yeah. Yeah.
See, Heidi knows what I'm talking about. She's like, then we kicked that demonic shit out of the house. All right, let's see. We're not quite there yet, Darrell. We're not going to tell you what you're charged with because we don't know who's going to survive. That's what I would have said. I mean, at this point, why are we playing games with this man?
Yeah. I mean,
I will never not question this strategy.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know legally what the rules are, but like I would think that they would have to say something. But I mean, I guess they are technically inquiring about the thing with Erica, and now they're subtly trying to get to something else. So like, it's not like they're just holding them there without any.
Well, yeah, and they probably, honestly, at this point, because it's been less than 24 hours, they probably don't know who's, going to make it, who's not,
Yeah,
and what are we going to charge things as? I mean, this was a monster case from moment one, just with the amount of casualties there were,
yeah, for
not to
sure.
mention the deaths. So
Yeah.
I love how he's trying to power broker this, but there's no way they could have known, really.
True, true. It's just I do think it is interesting that they're not even telling him like what it is. I do find that interesting. I'm not saying it's wrong or anything because I'm not smart enough to understand that. But
Well,
like,
yeah, I mean, it
I just
might
find
be
it
their
interesting.
protocol.
Yeah, and it could just be a tactic because again, they're still not holding him without telling him because
Yeah.
they were trying to get information about the thing with Erica too, so they're not holding him without cause.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure assaulting her kind of negates his bail money or his
Yeah.
bail bond. I could be wrong.
In some
So
states, I think yes. Like, and even with even if one person, like, if they knew at this juncture, if there's one person who had been killed and they knew at this point, again, I don't know the specifics of Wisconsin, but like, in some states, like in Florida, there is no bond for
for
murder.
I think sadly and unfortunately, I think the little boy that passed, I think it was an instant sort of thing.
Yeah.
So I think they already knew that he was going to be, a guest of the state for a while. And maybe this is their fun bit. They're like, play with Darrell. I mean, let's see what he'll say. See if
Yeah.
he'll get mad. Let's see what he'll do.
Yeah. I
And
mean,
I'm trying to figure out if I've got all my facts right first. So this wasn't a three-way call. Let's back up to there for a second. How did you come to meet her in the park?
So y'all can't tell me nothing.
Well, you were driving. He told you yesterday they took the blood.
Oh yeah, I know that.
So I mean,
He's gonna take that
There's
everywhere.
not a suspicion of the OWI.
got some reckless driving.
Reckless driving.
Yeah, because you kind of.
Okay, I forgot that line, but the fuck, Mr. Brooks. Like, reckless driving? Me? Never even run a stop sign. I mean, people, on the other hand, I have hit a couple of them, but I mean, never run a red light.
yeah, the incredulity that he has is like slightly nauseating. Just because it's
Yeah.
like, I mean, I know it would be no matter what because like I don't have the mental capacity to understand what it would take to do something like he did. So like I understand I'm not gonna get it, which is
Yeah.
good. But it's
Yes.
just listening to it is just like, wait, what? Like I don't understand to a degree that is just baffling to me.
What does he think? He's going to deny? He's going to go with the Shaggy defense. It wasn't me. And we're all just going to, like say,
mean,
oh, Darrell, of course not. It would never be you. You were with Marcus.
I mean, to be fair, it kind of worked for Shaggy.
Well, I don't know it's going to work for Diddy. So,
Well,
I mean,
that's different.
1 in a million might not be the best strategy to use.
Yeah, well, Shaggy didn't have 784 adult toys.
True. That we know of.
True. But at least we also know who the largest investor in Bad Dragon is, so hey.
I did not know that. I'll have to look up the latest Diddy news in a little bit.
Well, I'm making a leap.
Oh, well, no, but that does make sense. It wouldn't shock me if he was. What if he was? What if? Oh my God! What if he was just the creator? He was actually the sculptor of all of these things, and he had to have models to remind him of his work. Did
Oh
he?
my
I'm not
God.
saying use this as a defense, but it could possibly be funny. So I say go for it.
I actually think that you might have just broke my brain because I never thought of the fact that somebody would have to sculpt those things.
Well, I
So
imagine you would have to, for all the variety and different. Can you imagine that being your job? So what do? I make anatomical human sculptures. And they're like, oh, for museums? I'm like, no, for lonely women.
well, and technically they're not all human.
And I imagine imaginally weird stuff for people. You just pick out your phone and start.
Accelerated out of it. Why did you tear out of the park so fast?
Reckless driving.
Why'd you tear out of the park so fast?
So you don't gotta tase me, dude.
Sorry, just replace it with my hand.
No, I'm just saying. I'm not.
That wasn't.
I'm not.
Counterpoint. You do have to tase him, dude.
I mean,
Because there's nothing I need more in this moment than don't tase me, bro. But from Darrell.
yeah, it's like Sparky Jr. can show up anytime. That would be amazing, actually.
Where is Kim Potter when you need her? Taser, taser, taser.
Well, technically, she didn't actually use the taser.
I know that.
But we want to see like prolonged body jiggling. I don't know how to say that in a way that's not gross.
Look, all of America is owed a Darrell Brooks shock check session no matter what. And if I get elected president, it's one of the very few executive orders that I will actually follow through with.
Little Sparky.
I'm not giving you grand promises. I'm just saying Darrell Brooks needs to be shocked.
Repeatedly. With an air gun. YouTube.
Yes. Allegedly in Minecraft.
Yeah.
I'm trying to do nothing crazy. I did tase before, so when I see that, it's like, whoa, you don't have to do that, man. I already got slammed on the shoulder.
My bad. There was nothing there.
Okay.
Just me resting my hand.
I'm just saying. Nope. I'm not going to fight. I'm not going to try to run. I'm not going to try to hurt anybody or myself or anything.
That's my bad. There was nothing. There was no message there.
Promises you would hurt yourself. Damn it.
No.
He's going to get the little blonde girl.
What am I looking at, man? I don't have a problem with telling you everything you need to know. I just want to know what I'm looking at, just for my kids' sake. So I can just at least.
So we're fact collectors. Like I was telling you before, my job isn't to pin something on you that you didn't do. My job is to figure out what happened, what the truth is. And as he was explaining before, there's, one version, somebody else's version. In the case of the domestic stuff, Erica, what she said to the officers, what you're telling us, and sometimes, most of the time, the truth somewhere in the middle. So our job is to collect all that. At this time, you're not being charged with anything. Nothing's up at the DA's office. I haven't written any report. Jay hasn't written any report.
That's what I was saying, because I'm still like, I haven't had a chance to talk to anybody. So I was just kind of like, if I did get the opportunity, I'm going to call, obviously, home to see if my girls are, see if my girls are okay. So what am I supposed to tell them? Like, what's going on? I don't know what I'm facing. I don't know if I'm even coming home. I don't know. Right. You know what I'm saying?
And that's kind of the point of this.
Foreshadowing, Darrell, you're not.
Yeah,
also, the girls you've never seen, you don't pay child support for, and you're not supporting, but okay. Daddy-daughter date. Let's try this one.
Yeah. I don't think he's going to be winning any Dad of the Year awards.
Well, to hear him say it.
this
I mean,
interview with
like
you
Sarah
talking to us,
Boone.
so we get that background, and
True.
if there are charges, that they're appropriate. Like we said, Erica, intoxicated, troublemaker, previously recanted about stuff. That's stuff that we're gonna go look into. Hey, Milwaukee, you ever had this lady call and say, hey, that was garbage that I said? You know, you told us that she's done that in the past.
She does it every time.
Right.
And that's like I said, you said you talked to her, right? Honestly.
No, I didn't talk to her. We listened to the interview.
You want any more of this to eat?
That fish sandwich. It's in a bigger bag.
Oh,
The little bag.
I just brought them both. I didn't ask.
Okay.
Like I said, we're just here collecting the facts. That's the point of this interview, is to collect facts. Because I don't want to tell you that, you know, you're charged with X, Y, Z if you didn't do X, Y, Z. We got to collect it. It's all fact gathering.
I just feel like y'all know more than what y'all say, though.
I will say that is a good thing to try to present to him as someone who identifies themselves as a victim. I mean, this is probably a good approach. You know, we just
True.
find the facts. We don't charge anyone. We are looking for all the facts, you know, that
Yeah.
kind of thing.
No, I agree. I think that's a good tact with him. Not tact.
I'm bringing Tackett back. I'm going to make it work. I'm going to make it happen like Fetch never did. I'm bringing Tackett back. You other mothers don't know how to act. Now I have to make lyrics for bringing Sexy back that involve Tackett and Subpoena.
I mean, there's lots of things you can rhyme with subpoena.
And add some soft sit stuff in there, but yeah, it's a good project to work on tomorrow.
And that's what has me like why should I cooperate when there's no cooperation with me? Nothing I'm saying is gonna help me.
I mean, like, it doesn't make sense to you that we're trying to gather the facts.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, I'm not saying it doesn't make sense, you know,
Okay.
what you guys are doing. I'm just saying I don't want to get railroaded by people not being honest. That's all I'm saying. If I don't know what I'm looking at, it's like, what the hell? Like, why should I just sit here and be like, oh, this is everything and blah 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 blah, and then people come back and be like, okay, now so now we're gonna charge with this and this and this and this and this when y'all knew this.
Oh no.
The door.
Curtis texting his wife, look, I said hoes be crazy, but I wasn't talking about you. And I really feel uncomfortable with you recording all my conversations with my work buddies.
He's like, oh, and him talking about having a train run on him without telling the truth. And it's like, Tiny told you he was going to take your temperature. That is exactly what he did. I'm sorry.
True.
It's just
I
not
do
the way
hope
that you
he's a
wanted it.
bride. He's never gotten married before. I do hope he's a prison bride, allegedly in Minecraft. I hope he doesn't wear white, though. Don't think.
I don't. Yeah, what color do they have up in Wisconsin? What color? Any Wisconsinites can tell us what color the prisoners
Yellow,
wear?
maybe orange. I don't know. I don't pay enough attention to Darrell Brooks to know. Oh Lord, this man is a hot mess of garbage.
Yes, including the fish sandwich.
Well, we don't know that we're going to charge you. We're that's again the fact
And
that
it's like,
we're asking the questions about. You know what I mean? That's why we're asking. That's why we ask the questions, so that we can figure it out. Like we said, our goal isn't to get you in trouble and pin anything and everything on you. Our goal is to find out the truth about what happened. You know a version of events that happened, and we want to hear that from you, so that we understand that version of events.
By me being 100% honest, I'm still going to get charged with not being honest.
Being obstructing?
Yeah.
Are you lying, Darrell?
You know what I mean? And it's like, I'm only doing that. My thing is.
So wait, you're lying in self-defense? I'm willing to listen to this.
I'm confuzzled here. So are you admitting that you're lying? Um, I don't understand.
Well, he's telling the truthy-ish truth,
True.
depending on how things work out for him.
Depending on what I'm being charged with, is going to depend
Yeah.
on what truth I say. My
Oh, Darrell.
truth changes.
Oh my God. This man is ridiculous.
I know that I didn't put my hands on this woman. I know, like I said, I love this girl, man. Like, regardless to anything, we gonna end up being together. That's why I don't understand.
Also, no, Darrell, you won't. She will escape from you and hopefully put her life right, and you will just be, unfortunately, this is a terrible pun to use, but it's the only one coming to my head, a bump on her road, a speed bump, if you will, in her life.
True. That's apropos, I think, is how they say that.
Yes. He knows why he's there. He is trying to figure out what they know. And
Yeah.
the truth is that they don't, I mean, honestly, at this point, it's less than 24 hours. So, again, were people that I believe were on life support. There were several children that miraculously pulled through that they didn't know were going to pull through.
Yeah.
So they really cannot tell him the specifics of what he's charged with because, apart from being a good tactic and not giving him what he wants, which I'm all in favor for,
Yeah.
they also don't know because some of these kids were in a coma for a week, a medically induced coma. I mean, and I will say again, I don't often like the state, but the state did such a professional and non-emotional trial that until the victims were giving their impact statements, I was unaware of how grievous and life-altering some of these injuries were because they did such a good job of trying not to taint the jury with that.
Yeah. Yeah, no, they did a really good job. Like I mean, especially some of the cases that we've seen out of Wisconsin. Um, there's this one they did a amazing job with. It's right up there with the Halderson
Yeah.
prosecutors. Like it was perfection. Halderson they kind of slipped up at the end, but
Well, yeah.
but I
But
mean,
I think, as a prosecutor, when you probably hear the defense say, "Look, obviously he lied, and his parents ended up, in pieces and parts all around places that he likes, but you can't say that he unalived them." And the prosecutor was like, "Do what now?"
yeah. It's like there and if he would have said it in a slightly different way, I think he would have been okay. Like they're asking you to lie to yourself. Like not that
Yeah.
she's lying to you, that they're
Or,
asking you to lie to
ignore the
yourself.
facts.
Yeah.
They're asking you to, again, take reasonable doubt to a level that it's farcical.
Yeah, exactly. There's ways that they could have got around that, but I'm sure he was probably like
The
because
hell
of
did you
how
just
well he
Yeah.
presented the case, I'm sure he was a little frustrated, and that's probably why it came out that way. Um, but
Yeah.
no, overall, this team, the prosecution team on this case, they did a bang up job for real. Like
Yeah, and
no
I liked how
complaints.
they told it chronologically. It made sense. I mean, and they have Kurt there all the time, kind of coming in, saying this is what the investigation was working on, and then he would be excused but remain under subpoena,
Yeah,
to go back up. And I think they did a because this case could have been a cluster F. I mean, they had so many moving parts. And I
yeah,
think that's where if you have a good, DA that has a lot of experience, they they can put these kind of mega cases together and then teach that to the DAs below them. So if
Mhm.
unfortunately they have to deal with a case like this,
Yeah.
they've got some experience.
And if you want to see the exact opposite of this, I suggest that you check out the Young Thug trial.
Yeah, or the Delphi trial.
Yeah. Here's some bad examples of how this works, but here's a really good
Yeah.
one. If you really want to see
Yeah.
how a real professional team works, this case is the one to watch. Or the
It really
Halverson one.
is. And as much as I joke about Kurt and I'm gonna say the little boy from Up, his partner, you know, they did a good job of getting Darrell to at least admit a couple things or at least
Yeah.
lie about things so that they can go back and say, ah, well, we caught you in this and this and this.
Yeah, exactly. They did a good job. It's
it-
fun to kind of
Did
have fun
it
with
take
them a
5
little.
hours? I think if we had truncated this whole, like, you're guilty of at least a couple unalivings, Darrell.
Yeah. But they did a good job. It's
They
it's
did.
fun to have a little fun at them, but they actually did a good job. They did.
Yeah, they did. They tried to get as much information. They tried to, you know, get him to.
I've seen I've seen worse
Yes.
police work on much less complicated cases than this one. With much fewer victims and everything. Like I've seen much worse police work. So these guys did a good job. They did.
They really did.
And
And
Kurt
why
and
we go
kid,
through
hope you guys are not sleep on the couch anymore.
Yeah.
like why people can say something that they know didn't happen and you still get jammed up for it. I don't think it's right.
No, and that's why we're asking those questions. So you
I think she should have just been like, look, man, this, because I haven't been even talking to her. I haven't been trying to get in contact with her. I haven't been trying to reach out to her. I haven't been doing any of that, but she's been doing it with me.
Survey says that's a
And the
lot.
fact that, yeah, you do have some money in mind that you were holding for me. I do need that at this point. But don't make it seem like I'm just the type of guy that just wake up in the morning and just want to beat the hell out of you. Like, I'm not that type of dude.
No, I know.
And you
Are
know,
you sure?
and she knows.
Your series of convictions for DV would say otherwise, Darrell.
Yeah. Like,
But,
you
you know,
sure
what's the business?
Yeah. Yeah. What's the business?
If Erica had pulled a business, we would all be rid of this.
True. I mean,
True.
that, again, another Wisconsin case that was put together quite well.
True. Still waiting on the Lego set for that.
Oh God.
I have had thoughts that I should do recreation Legos of crime scenes, but then I thought this might be a bad idea.
I mean, because yeah, I won't say what I was just thinking in my head.
Well, I don't even know if they have little, you know, like, I'm sure I can take a head off a Lego guy, but I don't know if I would just put the bottom leg part in the bucket or if I would have to craft out of modeling clay, you know.
Yeah, there's lots of questions to ask there, actually. In some cases, like let's say that one in particular about the buckets and stuff. So would you have to sell them as separate kits since they weren't technically together? So you have to get like, you know, the crock pot box over here, and then you have to get the bucket box over here.
So well, I think it was just going to be like the basement scene, and then a mom Lego figure in curlers, you know, and a night coat, just going, "Oh no!" with her arms up and the bucket. I'm a terrible person. I'm going straight to hell. Business comes separately with the van.
Yeah. uh,
Thank you for becoming a member, Brenda Little Sis. We are all making our way to
especially after
Hades.
that.
Yeah, pretty much.
You heard that and you still decided to sign up.
We appreciate your patronage at the Church of Mo, where we'll never lead you wrong. If you're aiming to go to Hades.
Or somewhere in the vicinity.
I don't believe that you are. But what the picture that you're painting for me is that yesterday she did that to you. Hey, I got money. I got your money. You go. She doesn't have your money. You get mad. You do the right thing. You didn't hit her. You didn't succumb to any of those.
At all.
Right.
I did not put my hands on this woman at all. Sorry about that.
No problem. You didn't do any of the things that lesser men would do when they get pissed off at their ladies that's dicking them around.
I know how to.
So you got mad.
I know how to remove myself.
Right. So you got mad and you removed yourself.
Oh, I wish you did,
When you
Darrell. I
removed
really wish
yourself,
you did.
You tore out of there in the car in your mom's Escape, and you were driving.
Where were you going? Where were you going when you left? When you pulled away in the car?
This is my thing.
What's your thing?
I don't want to see your thing, Darrell. No one
Anything
does.
that I say, I've been through this too many times. I try to be cooperative, straight up with, and then I'll come back and I still have a million charges. And nobody was straight up with me.
True. I think it was
It's
80.
like, nobody don't have to lie to me. If I'm facing some serious charges, I'm facing some serious charges.
Mass, that was the prosecution's theory, or at least the way they presented the case, because they started it chronologically with him getting into an altercation with Erica. And then they pinpointed that when the two friends were able to get Erica out of the car, he took off his jacket and he peeled out of the parking lot. So, and that was only a few minutes before he barged into the parade route. So the prosecution didn't have to prove that one was a catalyst for the other. Because they had, video and photos and, again, a picture, a still shot of him in the, but that was the theory that they pushed through or put through, that he was angry at Erica, got into a tussle with Mighty Joe or whatever the friend's name was.
Marcus.
No, the Erica's friend, the first witness he brought,
yes.
and it was Battle of the Beta Males.
Yes, I remember that.
And so it is probably the most correct and most observable answer that we are going to get as to why Darrell Brooks did this, because we cannot trust anything that comes out of his mouth. But it does seem like a good enough link and causality that, it made sense to the jurors.
Yes, because the reason that Darrell Brooks gave during his closing is because God wanted it to happen.
Well, God let it happen. Jesus didn't take the wheel this once. Jesus was like, I'm out. I've took the wheel from you many times, Darrell. I'm out.
Yeah.
At least that's his guess. If not a Ford recall where cars suddenly stop.
Yeah. Which unfortunately did not happen.
Yeah. And yes, her friends stopped him because she was living in a DV shelter. She should not have gone to see him. Yes. But my guess is that she was getting dual badgered from both Darrell and his mother, because in their minds, and there are prison phone call transcripts, because he got charged for trying to run her over, and his mom had to bail him out. Erica owed them the bail money because he was in trouble. At least the way they calculated things.
Yep. That's where that whole responsibility for one's actions comes into play.
Well, I mean, not for Darrell. He's like the reverse Samson. If they cut off his dreads, he'll have to take responsibility. So he's grown them out long to, hide from spontatility.
Spontatility.
Hey, I love the Rugrats.
If I'm not, I'm not. I just be wanting to know the truth. They don't even have to tell me what the charges are. Just, hey man, it's kind of bad, or hey man, like, keep showing us the real.
He is a gross human being.
Wipe this off, and you just give me, you know what I mean, and then we go from there. That's different. But every time I go through this, even when I know it, I'm like, okay. Like I just went through this with her, and I'm like, I know I didn't do nothing. There's no reason for me not to, talk to the guy or whatever, the police guy or whatever. So I know I didn't do anything. I know she's gonna sit up and be like she was just drunk, she was mad, which she did, which I told him she was gonna do. And this guy was just like,
the king of knowing things.
Blah blah blah. Coming back and I got 7, 8 charges, and I'm like, what?
So your issue right now with us is you feel like we're not sharing.
I'm getting railroaded. Okay. I know I am. No, y'all not telling me what's really going on.
But
we're not getting
the full truth either.
I know, but what I was saying was,
so when you left, you guys met in the car. You didn't walk there.
If I tell you everything that happened, and y'all gonna be straight up with me about what I'm facing. That's all I want to know.
Well,
I don't want to know anything else. I don't need you guys to tell me, hey man, this is this, that is that, this is this. I just want to know. Just for the fact that, like I said, my girls.
Yeah, no, I got you. I don't know the entirety right now. So while I'm here, a couple officers talked to Erica. I'm not the only one working on it, so I don't know everything. I got a report to a boss, so I don't know exactly everything that's going to be yet. And that part's not a lie. I don't know exactly everything that's going to be yet. I'm just trying to figure out to get to that point where I can have a clear idea and call who I need to call to get some of the information to find that all out. I'm trying to get a clear idea of what really happened regarding you and her. And when you drove away, where you were going. Or did you not know? You know what I'm saying? Because right now, I don't know everything.
Wow.
Because I'm out here and they're out there. I'll watch.
Right, and I'm like, how long do I got to sit in these? Where are we at?
Skigo.
Yeah, and Celestial Force is right. I mean, if they give him bad information... Okay, Kat, 1 second. I will start. Really? Then, yeah, he could clam up even more. But again, everything that comes out of his mouth is a lie. I'm a Christian. I have a heart of God. I was like, which God and where did you come? Where did you take it from? All right, I'm going to start this so I can let the cat out, because if not, she will jump on the desk, and I'm getting a little tired of cats jumping on the desk.
How long do I got to sit in these jails before I can call somebody? Get a phone call. Let my daughters know, hey man, I don't know what's going on, but it's good to hear your voice. Are y'all okay?
Yeah, we're trying to get to that point, Darrell, but the question I asked you when you left, where were you? Did you know or did you not know? Were you just mad and you left? Where were you going when you initially drove off? That's easy. If you didn't know where the hell you were going, or you didn't have an idea, or you didn't have a particular destination in mind, so be it. And we've been talking a couple hours. You want to sit and eat a minute?
I wish they had some Tylenol. I've been trying to fight this pain, man, since
They might, I don't know.
they show.
I don't know how. Did you ask them?
Yes.
So they don't?
They just said they'll see.
Okay.
We'll see.
His shoulder hurts again.
It hurt worse
Yeah.
now than it did yesterday, or last night, rather.
Yeah, it's going to be sore.
It's definitely sore.
There's no doubt about that.
Oh my God.
Oh my God. I would come in downing some Tylenol with a Diet Dr. Pepper just to piss off Sarah Boone, who can't see me yet, and I don't know. But the fact that there are children at this point in intensive care units, old women who have lost, their life partner of 60 years because he decided to help out with, the dancing grannies. The child, band players, the high schoolers, the spectators who had to watch this, nothing is more important than Darrell's fake hurt shoulder.
Yeah.
And this America is why we need to see Darrell shocked. I rest my case. Vote for me for president. If both candidates kind of confuse you, I just want to get on CNN and they're like, "Are you Mo in the deep end? And did you got 20 votes?" I just want my own Wikipedia page.
Yeah, we can see if we can. How about we see if we want me to see if I can find some?
Yeah, I just wanted.
Let me see if I can find some.
It's so many things going through my mind right now. The pain that
You don't know.
I didn't even know she called where.
She didn't call.
I think cops or
someone else did. I know you said you lost your phone, or you didn't know where it went dead, and now you don't know where it is. If we find it, so we know it's yours, can get it back to you. I know you said it's cracked, but
no. Well, the screen is cracked, but it has a. I don't think it went all the way to the glass.
Code, so we know it's yours, and if we can try to return it.
It doesn't have a number code. It has. You have to.
Can you draw it?
Do it with that.
Can you draw it?
No. No. Okay, even I, rejectamenta at technology, know that that's how Android phones unlock. Not iPhones. You have to put 4 or now, because
6.
The Lord hates me, 6 numbers, and I can never remember, Mr. Mo's password, even though he's told me only 18,000 times. I'm like, no, I remember 4 numbers.
Yes. Yes, you are correct. And I do know how technology challenged you are, but you are
I know.
correct.
I'm proud of me that even I know that.
Yeah, yes, drawing is Android, or you can do numbers on Android. But yes, iPhones are numbers only.
Or thumbprint or the facial recognition, but I haven't set that up on my phone.
Yeah, I don't want my phone to recognize me.
It's me. All I can imagine is I'm sleep tiling someone.
Yeah, right. Or that day that like my what do they call those things? The people that look like you. The hell is that word called?
Oh, your doppelganger?
Yes, your doppelganger. The time that I find my doppelganger. Yeah, that's just not a good thing. Because then they'll be able to get into your phone.
Yeah. Well, that, and do I really want Google to know what I look like? Or
I mean,
Apple.
there's that too.
Or have my thumbprint. It just...
All of these
they can
things
just
are
know the
true.
numbers I like. And that would be
turn on.
that would be a fireable
We don't want
offense.
to give it charge it. We don't want to give it to somebody else. It's like.
It's a 7.
Typically, it's 6.
The phone is dead, so.
Like I said, we can charge it. I don't want somebody else to say, "Oh, that's my phone." Even though we're giving your property to somebody else.
Wait a minute. So that sounds like y'all got my phone.
If we
Well-
find it.
Well, giblets, Darrell. I wonder if the Hardy Brothers have an opening, or the Scooby-Doo gang. For the love of God.
I mean, maybe he's finally waking up from his Scooby snacks.
That fish sandwich made him smart. It really is true about those omega oils.
Yeah. Only thing is, I don't think that's the right kind of fish.
It's
That has
Darrell. It's a
lots of-
placebo effect at best.
Yeah, it's a placebo.
He's like, I done took a placebo once and it made me smart.
Yeah.
They're like, okay, Darrell.
Those are words that never came out of that man's mouth.
True. Or I'm sorry and I take responsibility.
That is also words that have never come out of that man's mouth.
True.
If we had it, I said if we find it.
Mr. 7.
Oh, how is he pulling his arm
So
up?
in that direction? Okay.
That's the shoulder that
So
hurt.
this way down? Okay.
It hurted.
No, I don't know if they have it now, but if we find it, you don't have it, so it would think to be in somewhere in the area of that house.
Man, wow.
Yes.
Do you want to
Puddle
put some
Town.
Tylenol?
Yeah, it would be good to just kill some of these pain, but like I said, man, I don't want you guys to be like, man, it's just so much going through my head. The main thing I'm thinking about
That's also a
is my
lie.
girls, man.
Yeah.
And
Unfortunately,
You know, I
no
just-
led.
man, Erica,
In
man, I
my-
love that girl, man, and like, there's no reason for her to put me in this type of position because you're mad at me. You know, I didn't put my hands on you. You know I did. Not one thing, like I said, not a slap, not a punch, not a kick, not a push, not a choke, a grab. I didn't snatch her up, or you know what I'm saying? Nothing. I wouldn't even been around you if you didn't say you had my money. I would have never came around her. I would just let it play out, and then eventually we're gonna talk.
Your kids know that.
We're gonna talk. We're gonna eventually be back around each other. Our only problem is when she drinks. When she drinks, that's when everything goes left. That's the only time me and her ever have issues. The only time.
Someone having to
She's
drink
not
to
a
be
bad
around
woman,
you.
man. It's just that
Can't
alcohol.
imagine.
It just, I don't know what it does to her. She's been drinking for a long time.
Maybe
And
since she was
it
15.
just makes her.
I was about to say, did it start when she met you?
Yeah.
Because I think we found, how God might have let her start becoming a functional alcoholic. To use your parlance, Darrell.
Yeah.
To frame it in a way you understand. You were the instrumentality of God that screwed everyone up.
Yeah. Yeah. And just listening to him makes me want to drink, and I'm not a big drinker.
Yeah, it really does. It's like, okay, maybe I'll care less if I'm drunk. I remember the amount of times I would just be screaming at my computer screen, and Mr. Mo's like, I'll just leave this room. I don't know what she's yelling about, but it's not me, and I'm just gonna take this win.
Yeah. And I'm going to keep it that way, so I'm leaving.
Well, and then I would emerge from my room in my anger, and then I would say, do you want to know what Darrell Brooks did today? And he's like, no, God, I don't. But you're not yelling at me. So I'm going to ride this horse until, you find another trial to be mad at.
Yeah. Smart man. Smart man.
He really is. But he is glad I found my own tribe. I can talk about Darrell Brooks with other people. 'Cause he did send me a cease and desist, letter.
It happens.
It does.
You would be like, I don't even know this person. And then when she's sober again, it's, I'm sorry, I'm this, I'm that, she's crying, she's this, she's that. And it's like, I love you anyway. just want you to stop drinking.
What I do wonder is, I know he's hyped up her drinking. My guess is she doesn't drink all that often. It's having lived with someone like this, I can tell you, they will get you into a situation where you lose a little bit of, maybe you speak a little bit of the truth. And then it becomes, you're attacking them. How dare you make me angry? How dare you make me do all this? And at the end of it, you're just crying, saying, I'm sorry, just because. You're just like, I don't want to deal with any of this. Fine. You're right. You're right. I drank too much. And she could probably she could have a drinking problem. I mean, if I had to deal with Darrell Brooks, I would not want to be sober or in my right mind around him.
Yeah.
But I mean, just look how he's trying to manipulate these officers, and these officers are older. He found her when she was, what, 14 and he was 30?
Something like that, yeah.
I think my guess is, again, he has set up every situation to make her the bad guy. She's crazy, and then he has the tag team of her mother doing it as well. I really hope for Erica this is the clean break that she needed, and she can get herself. She seemed like an incredibly strong and sweet woman. So I hope that she is able to put her life together.
Yeah.
And make something really good out of it.
No, for sure. I mean, because it sounded like from the background that we know about, hasn't had the easiest time in life. So it would be nice if she could get a clean break with this, and this would be her opportunity to make something with her life and do something with it, because she did seem to be quite well put together from what I recall. It just, life handed her a crappy deck, and she's now has the opportunity to do something.
Yeah. Because this is right around the time of the coup, I think. Like when it first started out.
And I remember this was an issue in some other courts. Like, I can think of the New Mexico court, to be specific, with the Alaska biker dude who ended up pew-pewing somebody in self-defense, the areola dude. That the courts were made to they forced people inside of the courtrooms basically to wear masks because they were getting in trouble with the state because the state was be like, hey, we're telling people to do this and you guys aren't doing this in your courtroom, so you kind of need to do this. So some states were doing that. I'm not sure if Wisconsin was one of them, because from what I remember from the Halderson trial, which is right before this, that judge said if you're comfortable not wearing one, you can do so, but if you feel like you need to wear one, then you're welcome to do so.
I think this was before they had plexiglassed most things out.
Yeah, I can't remember, but it was, there's different courts had different rules.
It was so dumb. The whole thing was so dumb.
Yeah.
That's it. Just stop drinking, man. You
get rid of that stuff, right?
Man, we've lost so much. Not just me and her. We've both lost so much because of it. It's to the point, like I said, where my mom's kind of like, yeah, I don't know, she's drinking, she can't be. You know what I mean? It shouldn't be like that.
I just love how Kurt's like scrolling through his, eBay list, ordering something from Grubhub. He is no longer paying attention to Mr. Brooks. He's like, I've heard about this enough. You want to get married? Yeah. Bid on this limited edition Star Trek figurine? Hells yes, Captain Kurt.
Your
mom's a pretty good judge of character.
Yeah, and I'm just like, come on, man. Like, we gonna be together anyway.
That's a threat.
So why keep having me go through all this and that when you know I'm trying my hardest to get back on track, man. I'm tired of sitting in places like this, being cuffed, getting my freedom taken from me. I'm tired of it.
Oh,
I'm not a
Darrell, not
bad
tired
dude.
enough.
I don't run around here robbing people and carjacking people and some of this shit. I don't sell drugs.
Do you run
That
people
we
I'm not
found
into
out.
none of that shit.
No, no one here said you were.
I know. I'm just saying. You know, I'm not into none of the garbage.
No one here said you were.
It's just I have a freaking problem with my baby mama because me and her love each other and she drinks and we won't stay away from each other. That's my biggest thing right now.
Right. You
Is
said
the
you
fact
didn't
that
go see her.
you can't expect me to just throw 16 years just down the drain and be like, oh, I'm just gonna act like she doesn't exist. I'm not gonna do that to
Actually,
her.
that's literally what the court expected you to do when they released you on bond. That is, in fact, what they asked you to do and expected.
Yeah. Exactly. But
For
he
someone
didn't go
who's-
there to see her though.
Yeah, it was the money she owes him
Yeah.
because I'm sure he pays child support on the regular.
Press X to down.
Yeah. Oh, what a douche.
And then that's only gonna hurt my daughter because my daughter is like she really pushes that. I want you guys to work it out. I want you guys to get along. Or I want you guys to. And if
Also
I'm telling my
X'd
daughter,
out.
oh, I'm not messing with your mama, blah 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 blah, it's gonna hurt her too. And you know, I want to be happy, but I want my girls and my kids to be happy. And I'm saying all my girls, Mom, Erica, my daughters.
Just want what's best for him.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, you seem like no one's saying you're a terrible guy here, Darrell. But
I am.
you know, you don't.
Me, pick me. I will say it.
I'm just asking for you to make sure you're being straight about everything with Erica and you know how you got out here. You want us to go? What were you gonna say?
I said, yeah, I know what you. It's just, man, it's just hard. It's just hard going through. It seems like I just can't catch a break, man.
Interestingly, if you had used a break, you could have caught a break.
Yeah.
It's very ironic, isn't it? We need Alanis Morissette in here.
Yeah. I don't know.
Mr. Dumbass Darrell attempted to break. Or he was looking for a break. He waited his whole damn parade and he didn't break. Isn't it ironic?
And it's like snow on a Christmas day.
Yeah. All of which I love you, Alanis, but all of which examples you used were examples of unfortunates and not irony, but still a catchy song. And it got me through my middle school years, so I didn't realize that people could be so angry.
Well, that's because you probably weren't old enough for the grunge era that happened in the early 90s.
Well, I wasn't paying it. I was more into Hey Dude and Salute Your Shorts.
Okay.
So
See,
I wasn't quite into the Kurt Cobain yet.
Yeah, see, I was full on Nirvana, Pearl Jam, Soundgarden, Mother Love Bone.
Yeah, I had heard of those bands, but I wasn't allowed to listen to them because my mom decided to abuse me with easily listening radio. So I got to listen to the ballads of Rod Stewart, Forever Young, and Michael Bolton, When a Man Loves a Woman.
Yes. Good old Michael B. And not the
Yeah.
Bublé kind.
Yeah,
But
no.
with all the break talk though, like I would be such a smart ass. Be like, I'm sorry, Daryl. Do you need a Kit Kat?
Do you need the left or the right side of the Twix? It's really going to depend on how we charge you, which you pick. So
yeah, it's in your hands, Daryl.
I just give them a pack of Smarties and say, pretend these are ibuprofen.
Yeah, it might bump up your IQ a little.
Yes.
You know, just one of my open cases is almost 2 years old.
I have said
like,
that many
getting
times.
everything back on track. Had my job, lost that from, just being, like I said, I didn't get fired or anything, and I wasn't the only person that got laid off, so it wasn't just a me thing. A lot of people lost their job.
Mm-hmm.
And it seemed like
Has Darrell noticed that they are taking down no notes?
Yeah.
Again, Kurt is scrolling through eBay. And
Yeah. Looking for the world's tiniest violin.
yeah. Asking if we're going to have meatloaf tonight or, sketty. And
Yeah.
Darrell's still trying this woe story.
Yeah. It's
right when I'm like I can feel it like I'm gonna turn that corner, everything's gonna line up. Something happens. And it's like,
make it as a rapper.
what am I doing to deserve it? I can see if I was.
You are not Job, you asshole. God did not make a weird bet with the devil to see if his most faithful servant would continue to praise him even after he squashed his family under like a roof collapse, which again, I have some questions about that. You are not Job, sir.
Yes.
Neither God or Satan want you.
And that's, now that you have said that story, the reference to that story, that would have made a horrific VeggieTales episode.
All the kids end up as ketchup. He had just a bunch of grape tomatoes. They're all helping put up this roof and then splat. I shouldn't be laughing at that. It's kind of horrible. Oh, speaking of VeggieTales, I will have to look on eBay, but this toy actually existed. It was a plug in the shape of an asparagus. Yes. That if you touched it, it vibrated and talked to you.
At least they went with the asparagus and not the cucumber.
Oh, well, I think the cucumber also vibrated, but somehow the asparagus was funnier to me.
Probably because.
But if they had just had the consultant of one Mo, at the marketing table saying, guys, I love that we are spreading the love of Christ into the world. But if you put a vibrating asparagus out there, there's going to be some issues. Yes. And they would all look at me like, why, Sister Mo? Yeah. What about the asparagus is wrong? I was like, have you noticed it's pennular shaped and you made it vibrate? I don't know if I need crayons to explain this to you guys. I really hope I don't have to do weird Pictionary, but
yeah, I mean, considering, and not to go down too deep of a rabbit hole here, but considering that most religions are, let's say, sexually repressed, they probably didn't think about that. They're like, oh, cute, it's such an asparagus. It'll be so cute for the kids to play with. And all here, there's like an adult line of toys now that's, based on VeggieTales,
It's the googly eyes that sells it.
Because what woman would not enjoy looking down and see some googly eyes just shaking around, going.
I mean, I think it would be funny as hell, but I don't know that I'm the normal customer base. None. The answer is none, which is why I am decided to rent out my Heathen View services for any Christian movie or story or store or product line that would like to have a heathenistic perspective of what may be cringe that they don't realize.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, I can use my talent for good instead of, well, all evil.
Yeah.
You know, involved with a lot of the shit that goes on in Milwaukee. I can see that, but you're not. I'm not. I'm still getting fucked over. You know what I mean? It's like,
oh, it's like you can see the future.
Man, dude.
To his current prison activities.
All I keep seeing is my baby girl's face. I just keep seeing.
Darrell, don't make it weird. If you're thinking about your baby girl during that time, that's a. Well, actually, that's kind of on brand for you. Never mind.
I was gonna say.
You're seeing is like a replay.
Your 14-year-old or your youngest?
My 7-year-old. She's like a daddy's girl. Like I don't even think I can stress it. Like I couldn't even stress it. Like a daddy's girl.
Right.
Again, Darrell, when you say that, I conjure up something very, very wrong, and you need to be on a registry. So I would not point this as a point in your good at this point.
Yeah, that's literally where my mind went, actually.
I have no idea. Oh, just shut the doors.
Man, I'm just, besides physically hurting, I'm just like, my heart is hurting, man, because I keep having to go through stuff like this and being away from her. I'm missing her grow up, man. My mom's getting older. Tomorrow ain't promised. Something can happen to her, and I'm in a situation like this, and I can't even help my family.
Have you
can't even
considered
help.
not
You
being
know,
an
God
asshole?
forbid if something was to happen to my mom, I can't even help her. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's a lot of things that I think about because I'm getting older. And it's like, my mom ain't gonna always be here. You know, my sister died when she was 31.
So what you're saying is the wrong Skywalker died? Because I think I speak for humanity when I say the wrong twin died.
I mean, considering, I don't think that you're wrong there. But I have some questions, like this little pity party revelation that he's having here. It's like, have you just considered not being an asshole? And you wouldn't find yourself in these situations?
No, things happen to him. He is not the catalyst for any situation. He's like Sarah, in which they think, why does the world always against me? They take themselves completely out of the equation, and they are therefore actually stumped. Like, I don't do anything, and people just come at me with this a-hole energy.
Yeah. It's just, it's hard to wrap my brain around. But it's like, I understand where it's coming from. It's just like listening to him go down his little pity party list here, and it's like, do you know how many people like lost people during this time? Because this was, you know, during COVID and all that. Like, how many people had people die who were alone because of rules and things like this. It's like, your pity party is not like really striking home here, because like these two dudes, like, they look like they're bored out of their mind, and it's like, yeah, it just
he is trying to give a Meryl Streep performance, and he is not pulling it off.
Yeah, he's just not.
What a dude.
I help raise her kids since her son is grown now, but she still got a 14-year-old that she never even got a chance to see her son walk across the stage. I got a chance to see my son do that. That's a proud moment. Like, I got my son through high school.
You didn't.
Now I'm waiting on the girls, man. It's just like, it's so much for me to look forward to. But it's like, this woman, man.
Welcome, Farm Sim.
And I love her to death, man. I want her to be my wife, man, but
no, that first statement was the only thing. You were going to eventually love her to death.
Yeah, and not in the Christian way.
No.
I just wish somebody could tell her that. Like, I wish somebody could really tell her, like, man, this dude loves you, man. Why are you doing this to this guy, man? He literally wants to marry you.
Yeah.
16 years, man, off and on. I'm not.
Wait. Also, at this point, isn't he getting ready to have a newborn with another side chick? He's like, look, I'm gonna marry her. I'm gonna keep dating. Like, that changes nothing.
Yeah.
But I want to marry her. Of all my side hoes, she's the one I like the most.
Yeah. It's like, I'm going to keep dipping it into other things, but this one, I like. I want to keep coming back to this one, though. She's got to be cool with me dipping it in other things, though. You know what I mean?
She's my order at McDonald's that I have, when most of the time. But if I want to go to Arby's, my McDonald's order better not have anything to say about it.
You had to pick Arby's.
I'm sorry, were you going to go to Arby's?
No, we have the meats.
I wasn't even thinking about that. I was more thinking, what's another restaurant that's close to McDonald's in my town?
Oh.
And if I want to go to Taco Bell, better Arby's and McDonald's better not hold it against me either.
It's just good you didn't say KFC.
I refuse to eat at KFC. I went to one really gross one where there was a feather still on, the thing. And I was just like, I'm done. I can't. I hate all KFCs now.
That's gross.
We do.
I have
But Darrell wouldn't go to a high-class place like Culver's.
Let's
be real.
An observation that I made like a couple weekends ago. I don't remember what I was doing, but I remember I was watching something with my girlfriend, and and there was a commercial for Chick-fil-A, and it was on a Sunday. And I'm like,
those rat bastards.
These bastards cannot be allowed to advertise on Sundays. Like, because it's false advertising. I can't go enjoy a Chick-fil-A whatever on a Sunday because you're closed. You can't.
Yeah, and it's the only time you crave it. It is the only time you crave Chick-fil-A, if you are me, is on the Lord's Day of Rest.
Yeah,
I'm
exactly.
like, damn it.
It's like, and it was because of a stupid advertisement. And I'm like, you can't do this. This is not allowed. Like, you cannot do this. It's false advertising.
We really should start a class action lawsuit.
Yeah. It's like, or if your store is closed, because like there's a grocery store that's around here that's closed on Sundays. It's like, you can't advertise on Sundays because you're closed. I can't go to your establishment to enjoy whatever is the grocery store. But it's like, I don't think that, like, I don't know what it is. I just don't think that should be allowed. That's just my opinion.
It's against the Geneva Convention somewhere. It has to be a human right to be able to not be tempted with Chick-fil-A when you can't have it.
Yeah. Or grocery stores or whatever it may be. I mean, it's like, it's one of those stupid things that exist. And it's like, I understand, I don't know. But that's just, it's annoying.
Well, it's like Indiana. So funniest damn thing, because we have the Indy 500. But for a long time, I mean, I think it was only 2 or 3 years ago, you couldn't buy booze on the week or on Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
So everyone would be getting ready for the Indy 500, and if you were from out of town and didn't know this, you would try to go buy booze on Sunday.
Yeah.
But they have finally changed it. We can buy booze after noon on Sunday.
So in Tennessee, where I moved from, they still have dry counties in Tennessee. I know they have them in North Carolina as well, but they still have dry counties where you can't buy alcohol, period.
What in the fresh hell is this nonsense?
It's called the Bible Belt.
I know, but is John Lithgow in every single county? Because I'm going to
Apparently.
need to explain. Like, I would go up. I'm not asking if we can dance. I'm just asking that we can drink. We don't even have high-speed internet. Can we please at least drink?
That's actually the irony, is that there's an initiative. So where I used to live in Tennessee, it was literally in the middle of nowhere. Okay. And I had fiber internet at my house. And the reason that I had
Ooh.
fiber internet at my house there is because there's an initiative in Tennessee to educate the dumb rural people. And so they think that the internet's going to do that. And so that's literally why they have it. I'm not actually joking. Like, that's what it's for, is to educate the dumb hill folk. So
Well, I mean,
yeah.
either way, you got fiber out of it.
Exactly. I mean, it all worked out for me, but like, still, like, it's just, yeah.
I resent the implication I don't know stuff. Have you ever
Yeah.
tried to, blow up a watermelon? Do you know how much, tannerite it takes?
I mean, I don't know if I should answer this publicly.
We just have different skill sets. That's the thing.
Yeah.
All right, let's give this man 10 more minutes.
Don't go mess with nobody else, man.
Again,
That's
you have
the
a
person that I
son
wanna
getting ready to be
with,
born
but
by
I'm
another
not
chick.
going to continue to be the scapegoat because you want to drink. And when you know I don't, you making it seem like I just beat up on you. Like I'm just like you're a punching bag or something.
The
I don't-
hell
It's
you
a little
are.
on the nose,
Wake up and be
Darrell.
like, oh, bitch, I'm going to hit you. Well, I'm like, what?
Mhm.
It's like almost like I'm demonized here. Like,
I'm not saying you're a
Maybe
demon.
no,
because
not
you're a
you,
demon?
not y'all saying that. But it's just I feel that way
We're
because
just trying to just.
I know you heard that. Oh my God. Oh, that fucking hurt.
Sure.
I know you heard that.
I heard it. Didn't check. We're gonna go check with them. Maybe they'll listen to us a little bit better. You want us to check?
Yeah. Oh my God.
Yeah, give us a minute. See what
I
we
would
got.
slap
Dude,
him on the
it
shoulder on
gotta-
the way out. We're going to get you some help,
There's
buddy.
gotta be something wrong, man. How the hell does it?
Sometimes sprains will pop too.
Yeah, but why is it hurting like this? And they say there's nothing.
Because
Dude,
sprains can actually be more painful than a break. So
whatever
what they got,
whatever they did, it hurt so bad.
Why don't you keep the food in the soda and we'll be back in a few.
God.
And here's where we see Darrell Brooks 007 come in.
Yeah. It's like, suck it up, buttercup.
Oh, I would have. My notes are 90% making fun of people. I don't know how I ended up with this skill, but I can make fun of people and remember things in class. So he would not want to read my notes.
Yeah. Like,
Let me-
with all his faking here in pain and everything, I know a lady. I know a lady who walked around for weeks with a broken foot. And yes, it hurt, but she still did it before she went to a doctor. It's like, you can suck up your little shoulder. It's like, come on, bro.
Yeah, again, Father of the Year, your, various baby mamas had to have your children. I'm
Yeah.
sure that was a little, painful-ish for them.
Yeah.
You got a big dumb head. Look, dumb, big, giant heads, tend to run in families.
You know,
And
I might have had one of those big dumb heads when I was born. My sister did not, but she was first, so.
so I will say that I had always had a relatively painless, I mean, because I got the epidural because I'm not a moron,
Yeah.
or in like Regency time. I did ask for a twilight birth. Apparently, they're no longer doing those,
I'm
which
sorry, a
I was
what?
upset about. A twilight birth. So in the 50s, early or late 50s, maybe early 60s, they used to hype moms up on Goofical or something. I don't know, but they were out of it during the last little bit of labor. And the family lore is that my mom came out with blonde hair. And since all of the rest of the family has dark hair, my grandmother thought that they had mixed up the babies. I'm
That's
hoping,
funny.
I was kind of hoping that that's what happened with me as well. Like, I'm really not, I was really, mixed up and I belonged to another goofier family somewhere where we're all just sitting around making fun of Futurama.
That's funny. Yeah, no, so I my poor mother had to because I'm an army brat, right? So
Yes.
I the military is not so keen on, prioritizing that whole like, you know, inducing labor kind of thing.
Oh, yeah.
They just kind of let that happen naturally, right? My
Hmm.
poor mother was pregnant with me for 10 months.
Oh, hell no. Vale, you are lucky to still be alive.
I'm not joking. I was supposed to be born a full month before I was actually born.
Oh, hell no. I would have showed up at the ER with a crowbar, a plunger, and some Pam, and I said, "Y'all are either gonna watch me do this or you better get this child out of here."
Yeah, my poor mother. Uh,
And then you had a big pumpkin head to go with it.
I
Daggone it,
was
Vale.
I was almost 10 pounds. I was a big baby.
Yeah, yeah, number 5 was a giant baby. So,
Yeah.
like I said, I'd had relatively pain-free, and, I get to the part where they're like, "Okay, slow down, don't push," and I'm like, "Oh, no, things are breaking down there. I don't know." This kid comes out 10 pounds with, like, a not even 110 percentile head, and I was like, I felt he was my only winter baby. I had gone a bit crazy. I got, like, little hats and this little, outfit for him to wear. He came out looking like a Stay Puft Marshmallow Man, and the hat wouldn't fit, his head was so damn big. My mom had to run out and because I usually bring, like, 0 to 3 months, she had to go get 4 to 6 months
Yeah, I
clothes.
my I've seen, of course, I've seen baby pictures of myself, but like I literally had a full head of hair when I was born because I was cooked so long. Like, I'm not joking. I had a full head of hair. And it's just like,
That it
okay.
yeah, God bless all the moms out there for dealing with our giant pumpkin heads and then our maybe not so great teen attitudes,
There's definitely that.
and then our not so great 40-year-old attitudes, whichever way you're going with this.
Yeah.
Well, guys, this is where we are going to end this. I have to go look Mr. Mo dead in the eyes and in full Darrell Brooks mode say, my walker was broken when I got it. It's not that I attempted to put it together myself and it screwed it up. So wish me luck with that one. I am a better actor than Darrell.
Well, that's good. And you can just bat your eyes at him and say, "Do you want to go to the shaggin' wagon?" And he'll be all good.
Well, let's see. We do know what motivates.
Exactly.
Good Lord. Well, I am not sending you guys anywhere. Have a wonderful Saturday. I may do a stream tomorrow, but I am not quite sure. Sundays are kind of my day to get everything kind of just unplug from the internet for a while and spend time with family. So I will probably not be doing too much tomorrow.
They're trying to murder me.
Well, apparently I have to go litigate an attempted murder, so I'm going to get off of here now.
You have fun with
Good.
that. See you
I
guys.
give up. I give up.